My name is Lena. I am 19 years old now, but this story began when I was 18, the year my life changed forever. I still remember the day my stepmother told me I was going to get married. I was standing in the kitchen washing dishes after school. The afternoon sun came through the window and everything looked normal. I thought it was just another ordinary day. Then she called my name. "Lena, come sit down," she said. Her voice sounded calm, but something felt wrong. I dried my hands slowly and sat across from her. She looked at me carefully, like she was studying me. "You are getting married soon," she said. At first, I thought I misunderstood. "Married?" I asked. "Yes," she replied. "A good man wants you." My heart began to beat fast. "I don't understand," I said. "I want to finish school." She smiled, but her eyes were cold. "You don't have a choice." Those words stayed inside my mind like thunder that never stopped. Before that day, my life was simple. My mother died when I was very young. I barely remembered her face, but I remembered her kindness. My father raised me alone for many years. He used to laugh often. He helped me with homework. He called me his little star. Then he married Tao Maya. At first, she acted kind. She cooked my favorite meals. She asked about my studies. She bought me a dress once, and I believed she truly cared. But slowly, everything changed. Her words became sharp. "Why are you so slow?" she would say while I cleaned. "Other girls work harder." No matter how much I tried, it was never enough. I woke up early. I cleaned the house. I cooked dinner. I studied at night. Still, she complained. The hardest part was my father. He stopped defending me. Whenever I tried to explain how I felt, he only said, "Listen to your stepmother. She knows what is best." Each time he said that, something inside me hurt deeply, because he used to protect me. Now he stayed silent. After she announced the marriage, my life became smaller. She controlled everything. I could not meet friends. She checked my phone. She watched me like a guard watching a prisoner. One evening, I heard her talking on the phone. "Yes," she said, "she is quiet and obedient. She will be a perfect wife." My hands started shaking. They were talking about me like I was an object, not a person, not a daughter, just something to give away. The next morning, she gave me a dress. "Wear this," she said. "Why?" I asked. "You will meet your future husband." Fear filled my chest. I don't want to meet him. Her face became hard. "You will do what I say." I looked at my father. "Please," I begged, "tell her I don't want this." He sighed. "It is a good opportunity," he said quietly. "A good opportunity? For who? Not for me." We drove to a large house outside the city. The gate was tall. The walls were clean. Everything looked rich and perfect, but I felt cold inside. A man waited in the living room. He was much older than me, older than my father. He looked at me slowly and smiled. "She looks obedient," he said. I felt sick. "I am not," I whispered. Dalmaya squeezed my arm painfully. They talked about me as if I wasn't there. "She cooks well, she stays home, she doesn't argue." I wanted to disappear. Finally, I spoke. "I don't want this marriage." The room became silent. The man frowned. "Young girls talk too much," he said. My father avoided my eyes. That silence hurt more than shouting. On the way home, no one spoke, but I knew something terrible had already been decided. That night, I packed a small bag, just clothes, my school notebook, and a photo of my mother. I thought about running away, but where could I go? I had no money, no plan, no one to help me. I cried until morning came. Days passed quickly. Then Maya announced my engagement. "The wedding will be next month," she said proudly. "No," I answered. She smiled coldly. "If you refuse, you will leave this house with nothing." I swallowed hard. "I already have nothing," I said. For a moment, she looked surprised. Later, my father came to talk to me. "We have money problems," he explained. "This man will help our family." I stared at him. "So you are selling me?" His face changed. "Don't say that." "But it feels true," I said softly. I waited for him to protect me. He didn't. That was the moment I realized I was completely alone. The engagement day arrived faster than I expected. I didn't sleep the night before. I held my mother's photo and whispered, "Please help me." Morning came. 2 women entered my room to dress me. I resisted. "Don't touch me," I said, but they held my arms gently and forced me to change clothes. I looked at my father. "Please," I cried. He watched silently. He did nothing. In that moment, something broke inside me. The ceremony was full of people. Music played, guests laughed. Everyone looked happy, except me. I sat beside the man who was supposed to become my husband. He leaned closer. "You will get used to this," he said. His words felt like chains around my heart. Then someone brought the rings. My hands began shaking. This was the moment. The moment my life would disappear. The man reached for my hand. I looked at my father one last time. He was smiling and talking with guests like everything was normal. That was the final betrayal. Suddenly, I felt calm. The fear disappeared. The sadness turned into strength. I slowly pulled my hand away. The room fell silent. I stood up. "I can't do this," I said. Everyone stared at me. "I can't marry him." Gasps filled the room. Maya rushed toward me. "Sit down," she whispered angrily. "I am not your property," I said clearly. My father stepped forward. "You are making a mistake." "No," I replied. "I am fixing one." The man looked furious. "You agreed to this marriage." "I never agreed," I answered. People started whispering. Some looked shocked, some looked angry. But for the first time, I didn't care. "If you walk out," my father said, "don't come back." His words hurt deeply. This was the final choice: stay and lose myself, or leave and lose everything else. I took a deep breath. "I will leave," I said. Then I turned around and walked toward the door. Behind me, voices shouted, "Lena, stop!" But I didn't stop. I didn't look back, not even once. Outside, the air felt different, fresh, real, free. I had no money, no home, no family, but I finally had something important: myself. I walked until I reached a small bus stop. I sat down, shaking. A woman beside me asked kindly, "Are you okay?" I wiped my tears. "I will be," I said, and for the first time, I believed it. Life after that day was not easy. I worked small jobs, cleaning houses, serving food, helping in shops. Some nights I felt lonely and afraid. Sometimes I cried myself to sleep. But every morning I reminded myself why I left. Freedom is difficult, but losing yourself is worse. I returned to school. I studied hard. Teachers helped me. Kind strangers encouraged me. Step by step, I rebuilt my life. Years passed. One day, I stood in front of a mirror again. I saw a different girl, not weak, not silent, strong, independent, free. I finally recognized myself. Sometimes I think about my father. I don't hate him, but I understand something now. Silence can hurt more than cruelty. When someone needs protection, silence becomes betrayal. Dawn Maya tried to control my future, but she also taught me something important. No one has the right to choose your life for you. Today, I share my story for one reason. Maybe someone listening feels trapped. Maybe someone believes they have no choice. I once believed that too, but I learned something powerful. You always have a choice, even when it is hard, even when it hurts. Choosing yourself may cost everything, but sometimes it is the only way to truly live. My name is Lena, and walking away was the bravest thing I ever did.